I'm Ryan Dombrowski.
I'm the Ninja Fat Man from Doom Ninja Podcast,
a podcast member of the Gonna Geek Network.
Just like the show you're listening to now.
The opinions expressed are those of each individual host.
Check out all the other podcasts at GonnaGeekNetwork.com.
And get ready, because geekiness begins in 3,
2,
1.
Stand by for a brand new episode of All Things Good and Nerdy, brought to you by the Gonna Geek Network. Bringing you the latest nerdy news and geekdom, here are the hosts of the show. Anthony.
No pants, all bacon and dick butts.
Naki.
That was the joke, you dumbass.
Willie.
You are a bad person.
Chris.
We should probably, do actual show stuff instead of talk about Willie.
And sometimes some special guests.
As Magneto once said, "Ha ha ha, welcome to die!"
Meat candy, woohoo! If you're a kid and listening, you rock and your parents are awful.
A brand new ATGN starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 258 of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. I had to look at the show notes again because I always forget the episode number before we start the show, because, that's how I roll.
I can't believe we're at 258.
It's more effective when we say things like that if we don't say that each week, though.
No, it's just like every week I'm just like, we've been doing this for 5 years. Jesus Christ.
Unstoppable.
Are we?
We are.
Yes. Even at 9 a.m. on Sunday.
I don't know. I mean, if the world ends, the podcast ends. So we are, in fact, stoppable.
No. Because if the world ends, then nobody will know that we stopped because they'll all be dead too.
If thermonuclear war erupts in North America and we're wiped out in an atomic explosion, then the podcast stops.
We'll see.
That's the scary thing, is we might actually see.
I meant we'll see that I might still podcast. I didn't mean that the Tangerine Tyrant's going to get us all fucking killed.
I was going for the
since
joke.
You mentioned it.
I was going for the joke. It was a joke.
Isn't a nuclear bomb like a gigantic EMP?
That's part of a nuclear explosion. Yes. There's also an EMP.
So you're just going to be talking to a microphone connected to nothing?
Basically. Yeah, because I live like 10 minutes from Mountain Home Air Force Base. We are a nuclear strategic strike zone. So upside, I'll never know what happened.
We have a lot of gas lines around here, so I think we are too.
Yeah, you either want to be as far away from those strike zones as possible or right next to them. You don't want to be in that middle ground where, the skin falls off, but then you might live. Yeah.
So you're saying when Fallout 4 becomes real?
Yeah, I'll have no
clue. What are they called? The ghouls?
Everything will go away from me in a blast of light. I won't even know anything happened.
Well,
I'll be the sexiest damn ghoul that ever lived.
On that pleasant thought, welcome everyone to the show. We're here to entertain you with our wacky weekend morning show, not talk about thermonuclear war and the associated fallout. So
wait, I'll be sterile though, Walnuts. I don't have to worry about kids. Yay.
The only way to win is not to play.
Well, I mean,
there'll be no flesh on the thing, but
Willie, we can sterilize you right now. All I need is some scissors and a match.
That's a good idea. You should do that, Chris. You're closest.
Wait.
It's true. I mean, I would use personally a paper clip instead of a scissors, but
actually, if we just do what they do for cattle, all I need some rubber bands.
That's true.
Wait.
They'll just fall off once they're done.
I don't know. I've been told I got big balls, so hold off on that thought.
That's why I said rubber bands, plural.
Chris is going to need some strong rubber bands.
I mean,
Chris has got some big rubber bands.
I mean, if you get multiple rubber bands and you just loop around, like continually fold it over on itself, it'll work. It'll be fine.
Can we please stop talking about my balls and knocking them off, please?
I mean,
wait, all of a sudden Willie doesn't want to talk about his genitalia? What's happening with the world?
I mean, can we go back to my dick instead of my balls being knocked off?
I mean, that just includes a paper clip and some fire. It'll be fine. Or scissors if you're nice like Chris.
Dressman said, wait a minute, do not castrate Willie. He's a gooey, not a buoy.
He's a way, not a...
Now that's how you
I don't know that second
white boy.
So he set up above way as a mispronunciation or very similar to the word buey, which means slobbering bull. So, and I butchered the pronunciation, I'm sure, Draftsman, so I apologize.
Not as good as me.
Thank you so much, Dressman, for thinking better of me. I appreciate that wholeheartedly. Can we get off this and I just want to talk a little bit about something here. Guilty pleasures.
Uh-oh.
I want to admit something here today to you guys.
You like Nickelback?
I did when they first came out when I was a fucking sophomore. How's
He
that?
also
Or freshman
loves
in high school.
Creed.
I was like, all right, I like this. It's all right. I mean, I'll also admit, sure, some of their songs, I'm like, if it's on the radio, fuck it. It was right there. This is better than commercials on the other stations.
So what is it you want to admit live on the internet over at geeks.live
there's
and Diamond Club TV?
There it is.
Yeah, just put the pressure on me a little bit more. There is one song that I have a guilty pleasure of, and I'm going to admit it here today. Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus. I fucking love that song.
It's a good song.
I don't know why.
I mean,
It's a good song.
When boyfriend and I started dating, that was the only song they played on the radio. So it's unofficially our song. It's terrible.
That's your song.
It's terrible. We sing it as cats.
No.
Because it's the best way to do it.
No, hold on a second. You sing it as cats. Do you like meow, or do you just have like a high pitched voice?
Meow, 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 meow.
Whoa, hold on. Chris is getting a little sweaty there.
Oh, we're good. There's no words.
The smart corporate overloads pay good, music writers to make some of those songs. What is it? Party in the USA. That's a Miley song. It's a fantastic, fucking well-written pop song.
Yeah,
I think
the
Kesha
problem
helped
is
write that one too.
I have a Pavlovian reaction to hearing that
follow.
song because my one friend, every time we tailgate, that was the first song that came in his tailgate mix. And reminder for folks, when I was tailgating in my younger days, we would be out at 7:30 in the morning. So 7:30 in the morning, a beer in our hands, and Party in the USA starts playing, and you hear people go, "Shut the fuck up! I'm trying to sleep," and we're like,
"Who the fuck lives that close to the parking lot of the stadium that you're waking them up?"
Well, we tailgated in the guest parking lot for one of the apartment complexes in town because it was a cheap place to park and tailgate out of. So literally, we had people who would be like, "Hey." Some people loved us. One guy's like, "I love that you guys tailgate here." He goes, "Because you guys get me up and ready to start drinking at 7:30 by playing Party in the USA." He goes, "If I hear Party in the USA on a weekend," he goes, "Oh, time to start drinking beer." And I'm like, "We're here to help."
Wow.
So Pavlovian.
That's a hell of an alarm clock.
Pavlovian
and
reaction,
I also had a random idea, as I'd normally do, as I was rocking out to a Wrecking Ball yesterday on my way to work. I was thinking, you know what? If I could time travel, go back into my younger body, here's my plan what to do. I would be going to talent shows during the high school era. And I'd be just doing songs that haven't come out yet. And then somebody's got to be recording this shit, right? A few people possibly.
Not when you were in high school.
That's true, but I mean, there's camcorders.
Are we just going to call you Marty McFly, basically? Because that's just what happened in Back to the Future 1.
I'm pretty positive.
No.
Yeah, we could call him Morty.
And then when the song does come out, because no one's going to hear me doing the song at the talent show, but when the song does come out, I come up and get the videotape saying, "Hey, I'm suing your ass for copying my damn song that I did in high school."
It would be a lot smarter version than that. You go back, you write down all the songs, and then you register them with the Songwriters Guild. Instead of hanging around high school talent shows like a fucking creeper.
Yeah, but that would change things way too much, because then the songs would be out there, and then who's gonna fucking want to buy a song written by this motherfucker right here? No one. Those songs would not come out.
Anybody who thinks they can sell it as a hit. That's how songwriting works.
It's too much as a ripple. Not from me. No one's going to do that.
Part of your problem if you time travel, too, is you stay the same age. So you'd have 30-year-old Willie in a high school talent show.
No. I specifically said if my brain was in my younger body. Okay. Specifically.
Well, most time travel theory that I've followed for different books in sci-fi doesn't really work that way. Your brain isn't all that goes back.
He's trying the bullshit only used once Days of Future Past time travel theory. Going back into your younger self.
There's a Netflix series where they do something very similar right now too. I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
Is there? Yes. I haven't heard of another one that uses that.
What's the guy's name from Will and Grace? The male lead from Will and Grace is the lead in this one.
And so Will from Will and Grace.
Yeah, I think that might be the whole concept. The whole concept behind it basically is these guys are from the future, and in order to prevent the future from happening, they send their brains back to other people's bodies in the past. And then they take over those bodies and they have to live like a double life, trying to pretend to be the person they're supposed to be in that time frame and themselves from the future, trying to stop the future from happening. It was an interesting conceit.
I just finished watching a Continuum. Have any of you guys watched that one, the sci-fi show from Canada?
I watched season 1.
Nope.
It's got Rachel Nichols, who was Scarlet from the G.I. Joe movies. She's really good at, she's a cop from the corporate future where the corporations took over the government and have like basically destroyed the world for making billions of dollars. She accidentally goes back in time during a jailbreak. After 4 seasons, they actually did like a totally perfect wrap up to the show. It's fantastic because they end up crossing multiple time streams, rewriting their own timelines, and at one point I think she ends up killing herself from another timeline and taking her own spot. Like, it's a fucking crazy show, but it's really well written, and they end up like the whole thing, they knew the show was ending, and you get an actual wrap up at the end that's fantastic.
She killed her future self, right?
No, she ends up being pushed, like, instead of going, like, she travels back through time and then she ends up being pushed over into another timeline, and she kills the version of herself there to take that person's spot.
So is it on Netflix or is it on Hulu or what's it on?
It's on Netflix. I think it's 4 seasons, and yeah, the whole thing's on Netflix. You can watch it start to finish. It's a damn good show, and it's got what's his name, Weber, who was on Mutant X, the big tall. He was the electric dude on that show.
Yeah, and Suncast says it's 4 seasons. He's watched it all, from what I can tell in here.
It's a fun one.
We're talking about good shows. I just finally watched Black Mirror. That's some good shows.
Oh yeah,
we just
got into that.
We just started watching Powerless, because it's on Hulu. It's NBC show.
Yeah, it's canceled.
Is it? It's canceled.
The ratings are atrocious on it. They literally pulled it from the schedule this week.
That's so sad. It was actually like we watched the first 2 episodes the other night because we're just like, oh, it'll be great background noise, and we actually wound up sitting and watching it, and I actually thought it was really fun.
I think Alan Tudyk is hilarious in it, and I think that Danny Pudi is also hilarious. Well, I think most of the mains in there are pretty funny, but I have to agree with Suncast here. I can't believe Fox hasn't pulled APB yet. NBC pulls Powerless.
What's APB?
I'm watching.
What is APB? I don't even know what that is.
Is it an acronym or is that the show's name?
That's the show's name on Fox.
It's the show's name. I'm watching all of that one too. Powerless is great, yeah, because it's got Ron Funches, and it makes me canceling another show with Ron Funches.
I thought that. Wait, what was the show that was on PlayStation exclusively based on the comic book?
Powers.
Oh, okay. Can you blame me for getting that mixed up a little bit?
Yes, because different networks, different show ideas. One's based on a comic, one's based on a shared universe with Batman. Completely different. Nothing similar whatsoever, except for 5 letters. Yes, Alan Tudyk is Batman's cousin in the show.
Yeah, it's great. The show is really funny.
Yeah, he's Van Wayne. He's fucking fantastic.
His cousin?
Yeah, he's
is
the
this like
cousin.
A parody?
Kind of. He's the cousin that nobody knows about. And yeah, you have villains and superheroes that nobody knows about, but they can reference all the actual DC heroes and villains, so it's funny. But yeah, no, APB is a billionaire, like basically Tony Stark takes over a police department. A guy who is a billionaire industrialist is driving through Chicago, stops at a gas station to get something, and his security guard gets murdered, and he calls the cops, and like nobody responds. And so his best friend, who's his security guard, bleeds out in his hands. And basically he's pissed because the police in this zone are, extremely strapped for cash. So instead of going in RoboCop style with the corporation building a giant robot to fix everything, the guy's an engineer billionaire. So he goes in and designs new guns, new armor, new cars, new drones, and an APB app. So every citizen in Chicago can literally click a button on their phone to videotape and report a crime that all gets funneled into this one computer system, and this engineer guy sits there and tries to make the city a better place. It's actually it's a great conceit for a show. A bunch of people have been talking shit about it, but I really like it. The actors on it are fantastic. It's got Ben Ruby from the guy that was Kubiak on Parker Lewis Can't Lose as the world's largest engineer, and he's fucking fantastic.
Hold on a second. I can't get over Batman's cousin.
So I just realized that it's on NBC, so of course it's gonna get canceled because I fucking love it. So of course it's gonna get canceled. That's always what happens with me in NBC shows.
Hey,
So-
Community defied all
Constantine.
odds and got 6 seasons.
That's
5 of
true.
which were
Well,
on
but in all
NBC.
fairness, wasn't it canceled 3 times? So they didn't defy the odds. They just kept fighting back.
It
Didn't
canceled
Yahoo pick it up?
once? Well, twice, because then it got canceled after Yahoo picked it up, so twice.
And one of
Although,
the big problem was they fired Dan Harmon.
yeah, that was bad. They've played
Yeah.
that off as a joke. Although, if you really want a funny show that's on NBC right now, it's in its 2nd season right now. If you ever had to work at a place like Walmart or Kmart or a big box store, go watch Superstore. It's freaking hilarious.
I think I saw that. I saw a trailer for it. I want to see it.
Suncast is not a fan of APB, it appears in the chat room. He says it's
Yeah.
terrible. Didn't even make it through the first episode. They roll with APB, but cancel Firefly and Almost Human. Hey, don't forget they're bringing back X-Files yet again.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, aren't they bringing back one? Were they gonna bring back 24 again?
They already
Or
did.
they did?
It just
Yeah, but
finished
it's
its
a-
run.
No. I mean, like, are they gonna do it again?
Oh, I don't know. I hope not, because it wasn't very good, I didn't think.
How come? Wait,
it'd be
so
like
the first
24
one was
Legacy
24.
Junior.
Yeah.
Why did they call the second season another 24 hours?
Because it just continues to be so many hours.
That would have been stupid, Willie.
Like 48 hours, another 48 hours.
No.
Fuck
Yeah,
y'all.
it is sad that Almost Human got canceled because I liked that one. That was a good one too. And honestly, it was a better show than APB is. APB is not a super fantastic, like interesting show, but it's a cool idea.
Dressman says that Superstore is pretty good.
Upside being APB has a cast of cops in a district in Chicago where they look like people that would actually be cops in Chicago. Like there's
So,
black lady
people?
cops, Latino women cops. Yeah, it's not a show filled with nothing but white people. Oh yeah, and fucking Ernie Hudson is the police chief. Come on, Ernie Hudson's the boss. How can you not love that?
I do love Ernie
I do
Hudson.
love
Yeah,
Ernie Hudson.
And I love Ben Ruby, the guy that played Kodiak from fucking Parker Lewis Can't Lose. He's one of my favorite actors. Anything he shows up in, I'm always happy to see that actor. He's fantastic.
Ernie Hudson was great in Ghostbusters.
I felt bad for when they
The
did
one that
Ghostbusters.
came out last year.
Now that it's been revealed on what his character should have been, like it's really depressing what they did to him in Ghostbusters. But that's okay.
What are you talking about? He was great in that.
Never mind. Shh, Willie. Shh.
Yeah.
Anyways,
don't ruin it for me. I don't want to know about what he should have been. He was Ernie Hudson, and that's all he needs to be. He was awesome.
there you go. I was gonna say, if you're ever interested, he did write an essay or essay article. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It's online. You can find out. It's an interesting read. But shall we actually do news of the week?
I think we shall.
Whoa, okay. I guess we're
Live from the ATGN studios on the internet, it's the news of the week.
That's right, people. It's that awesome moment in the show when we run down what we think is the most interesting, or at least most interesting to us, geeky or nerdy news of the week. And this week, I'm going to start things off. And I don't know if you guys had heard, back in 2014, it was originally announced that a sequel to one of the greatest video games of all time was coming. The sequel to Shaq Fu. That's right. Does
Yeah,
anyone remember?
that was the greatest video game of all time. I can't say that without hurting myself.
I'm trying to keep a straight face. So, if you guys
Soundtrack
remember,
by the Fushnikins.
yes, it was a game that they tried to do via Kickstarter, Indiegogo. I can't remember. They raised $450,000 to do Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn. They dropped their last trailer in 2015, and then it's been pretty quiet. We haven't heard much. Well, publisher Saber Interactive has announced, as of this week, Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn is coming to the Nintendo Switch. So if you have a Switch,
Well, shit. Now we gotta go buy a Switch.
you've got to play Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn. They've also announced that they're bringing an arcade basketball game entitled NBA Playgrounds, a motocross title, and a new multiplayer shooter to the system as well. So they have plans for some new stuff, but hey, it's Shaq Fu coming back again. Now, they don't worry if you don't have a Switch. They are slating it also for PS4, Xbox One, PC, in addition to the Nintendo Switch. So everyone will have a chance to play the sequel to the greatest fighting game of all time, and what will be the greatest fighting game of all time, Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn.
Here's a
Jasmine
question.
says Shaq Fu is a weird video game that I thought I dreamt up. And Lil Otaku says, and God wept. So
it's like the Shazam movie that everyone thinks that Sinbad did that never actually exists, but everyone thinks does exist.
Yeah, let's not get into Mandela effect because those people are weird.
It is Mandela effect, man.
But here's a question: who's actually played Shaq Fu?
A long time ago, and it was not very good.
I watched the Game Grumps play it.
How did you act? Did you actually get through any of them? Any of the fighting? Like, did you get to the next level where you can fight more people?
This was years ago. I don't honestly remember. It's barely memorable other than the fact that it existed.
That's all I remember was it was so bad. The controls were so bad. I couldn't get through one fight. I was like, this is ridiculous. This doesn't, you can't play it. It's unplayable. It's not a game because you can't play it because that's what a game needs to be, playable.
Yeah.
Jasmine says that he's played, and Chris is right. It is not memorable.
If I'd played it in recent years, maybe it would be memorable. We're talking like probably when the game first came out that I played it, and I don't remember.
I just remember it was a thing, but I know I didn't ever play it.
If we talk in the chat room. All right, we're getting Shaq Fu 2, but we're also getting HD Rumble boob physics. So good with the bad.
All right.
Wait. What's Rumble boob physics?
One of the big things Low-Life Otaku is going to have to fill in the gaps here because I only know bits and pieces, is that they have what they call HD Rumble they built into the Joy-Con controllers, where they were building it on the fact of you'll be able to feel the individual ice cubes that are in it if you imagine this was a cup and you were dumping things out. So my understanding from that is there's some game, and I don't know which one, where there would be boob physics incorporated into the controller somehow. I don't know the full story.
I was so hoping that's what was going to happen, and I am so happy. The future is now, boys! The future is now!
But Willie, you're going to have to get a Switch to experience it.
Really? The Switch?
You got to have a Switch for HD Rumble, man.
Well, I mean, that'll give me a second reason to get a Switch. Breath of the Wild being the first.
I'm gonna keep it as bits and tits.
So he says the makers of Senran and Kagura are making the controller feel like you're holding a titty, and it's Low-Life Otaku's words.
So it's gonna feel like a sandbag, a bag of sand.
I think it's a bag of goop.
What kind of boobs? Never mind.
It's a reference. Come on now.
Okay. I understand that reference.
Thank you.
Thank you, Captain America. I understood that reference. Sorry. A couple other things real quick since we're talking about Nintendo. Mario Kart 8 dropped this week. Everyone said it was really good. I haven't bought it. And then they also, out of nowhere, Nintendo announced the Nintendo 2DS XL. And everyone's
Was that something we were asking for?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Everyone's like, we were asking for this? What is this?
I just want to get a 3DS XL. I hope that price went down.
3DS XL prices did not change at all.
Really? Nope. What the hell?
I understand.
Willie. What are you doing? What are you doing, Nintendo? Look at me. What are you doing? Do you want me to buy the damn thing or not?
Look, you're getting Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn on their console. They're doing everything they need to do to get you to buy it.
And who asked for that shit?
The internet did when it was funded in 2014.
The internet's usually wrong collectively.
What?
It's like Men in Black said, individuals can be smart, but people as a whole are stupid.
That is true.
Jasmine says 40-year-old virgin reference, by the way. 40-year-old tits are still pretty good. Here's to Mills.
Not when they have crazy boyfriends.
And he would know from experience.
So that was my news. Who would like to go next?
I'll go next, because why not? It's DC hate, so here we go.
Woohoo! We need a segment for this.
No shit. Bring it on.
I mean, if you need super dick mode, I have the button ready whenever.
No, but hey, do you guys remember how there's a little movie coming out called Wonder Woman?
No, what's that?
No, and nobody else does either.
You know why? Because DC isn't promoting it. Shock and appall! Oh my god! Are we all surprised? Holy shit!
Wait.
Highly surprised.
What do you mean they're not? When is it coming out? What's the
June
release date?
2nd.
The fact that you have to ask that question, that right there tells you the problem.
No, because it was like a month ago. Like that trailer was on like YouTube ads constantly.
Okay, but I'm sorry, I had to move my mic a little bit closer because I adjusted.
Recently, no.
So June 2nd. But guess what? When Suicide Squad was coming out last year and Batman vs Superman, you saw it every fucking where. Like you could not get away from it. Can't say that about Wonder Woman, can you?
Nope. Yeah, it's coming out. You even saw Batman v Superman and like what was that movie with Will Smith? The remake.
Naki, do I need to hit the button?
No,
button territory.
So here's the thing. Like, first off, the fact that we went last night and we saw Fate of the Furious because I've seen every Fast and the Furious movie in theaters and I'm not breaking that streak.
Black Avengers.
That movie is fucking great, by the way. There was no Wonder Woman trailer there, which to me is really fucked up because that would be where you would put that. I feel like that is a very, very much their audience, as you would put it in that movie.
Well, since Wonder Woman used to be on that team,
you would think. I mean, hello, Gal Gadot used to be in Fast and the Furious.
Yeah,
she's Wonder Woman. Hey, you guys like Fast and the Furious? Here she is as Wonder Woman. I mean, she's dead in this series, but she's not dead here. So there's that. When this article that I put in the show notes was written, it was 36 days until Wonder Woman comes out. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 official videos. At this point, for Suicide Squad last year, there was it even goes off the page. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and it still continues past that point. Okay? So we are in 1 month prior to this movie coming out with 6 spots. There is nothing for buying advance tickets. And there's more for the Justice League. I think there's actually more for the Justice League than there is for Wonder Woman at this point.
Well, let's also remember this is the last one Zack Snyder is directly involved with, so this might also be a sign of it might not be very good if they're not putting much promotional time into it also.
Suicide Squad wasn't good. Neither was Batman vs. Superman.
But they knew that was going to make a lot of money, though.
They could have made a lot of...
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying they probably just don't believe in it.
Well, what they could have done is still put the backing behind. Now, there's also the other problem that they have put Chris Pine as a lead over Gal Gadot. So
they did.
I think it was. I think it's been fixed, but they did do that for a little while there.
The titular character does not get top bill. That is hilarious.
So we've got a lot of problems. I'm feeling with Wonder Woman coming up.
Yeah, one of which is Zack Snyder.
One of which is Zack Snyder. You are correct. But
I mean, I'm wrong. I hope it's a good movie. I just don't have expectations of anything good.
I'm just waiting for Warner Brothers and DC to be like, it was a failure, and it's everybody just staring at them and like, what?
Well, yeah, because then they can say, oh, it had a female director, it had a female lead. Those movies don't work.
Yeah. And it's like, no, you're just dumbest.
Then Marvel's going to be like, here, hold my beer. Here's Captain Marvel.
Yep.
Here's everything else that we've done. Like, it's just... So, you guys aren't... If you were forgetting about Wonder Woman, I think they're doing it on purpose. So, I forgot that the movie was coming out this year. I honestly thought it was next year. So, there's that.
Yeah, it's not even on my radar. It's Guardians and then Thor. Or Guardians and then Spider-Man.
I was going to say Guardians and Spider-Man. Like, it wasn't even on the radar. That was like, oh, it's coming out June 2nd? Well, I thought it was closer to Thanksgiving or next year.
To be fair, most DC movies haven't been on my radar lately.
That's true.
Just to be fair. Yeah. And let me
play devil's advocate. Powerless is good. God damn it.
Batman's cousin.
So let me play devil's advocate for a second. As for no trailer with Fast and the Furious 8, rather. Universal versus Warner Brothers, they could have been like, huh, F you, we don't want your trailer on our movie.
That's fair.
I don't know what the politics are for putting trailers on with movies. So it very well could have been that, or it just could have been DC's like, we don't want to pay the money to put that before Fast and the Furious 8.
Yeah, that probably was a pricey spot to get.
Yeah, but so I saw there was only 2 trailers with people of color as the leads. There was Detroit and Lowriders, both of which I feel like I would watch. And then it was literally 25 minutes of trailers, and those are the only 2 I could tell you about. What was there was one for an Excalibur movie with Charlie Hunnam.
Oh God, that looks
the Guy
horrible.
Ritchie one that looks bad.
Yeah,
that looks really bad.
And since Guardians of the Galaxy, has everyone noticed how we're using old songs in trailers now? Like,
yes,
that's
Only Guardians actually pulled it off.
Yeah, so far only Guardians has pulled it off. But
actually, the Suicide Squad trailer, the second one they did with the music,
Ballroom Blitz.
Yeah, that one actually worked pretty well, I thought.
Well, that's because Ballroom Blitz is a song that everybody loves. Who doesn't love that song?
Fair enough. I'm just saying the trailer worked.
Yeah,
well, I mean,
but Suicide Squad doubled down and tried to copy the whole thing for their soundtrack and totally fucked it up.
But Wonder Woman, they didn't really do the soundtrack thing, but they just have that fancy guitar riff.
But they did it for the Excalibur movie. What was the other trailers we saw? I don't even remember. That's how memorable. Oh, they saw the one for the Mummy that doesn't have Brendan Fraser, so I don't care.
But it's got Tom Cruise running.
Oh yeah, the Mission Impossible Mummy.
Yeah.
Fuck that movie.
But the chick who plays the Mummy, I really like her. She was in Sophia Lorenz. She was in
Sophia Loren. She's like 90.
Not Lorenz. It's Sophia something, and she was in. God damn it! I am drawing blanks. This is what happens when you wake me up early on a Sunday.
What was that guy's name?
Sofia Vergara.
No.
The one with the boobs.
No, it's not the one with the boobs.
I'm not interested.
Deathstroke.
I'm not interested.
Shit, what's her name? Hang on. The Mummy. We've got the power of the internet.
So while Naki's thinking about that, we talked about Tom Cruise.
Butella. Sophia Butella.
I don't know who that is.
Sorry.
So I'll just smile and nod.
Okay.
My aunt, since we're talking about the Mummy here, my aunt gave me a good compliment when I first shaved my head. She said I look like what's his name, the Arnold Vosloo, the guy who played the Mummy in the original. It's like, oh,
nice.
You're blind, but thank you.
She played Jayla in the last Star Trek Beyond. She was also in Kingsman. She was the girl with the razors for legs.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, she was the one in Star Trek in Whiteface.
Yeah. But there you go.
Should I feel offended about whiteface?
Yes.
I'm not, but should I?
No.
She was actually like
in white makeup. Yeah.
She was in white. Actual white. Like y'all like white.
Yeah, not Caucasian, but
not
actual
Caucasian,
white.
but white. Not peach.
Yeah, she was great in Kingsman. Yeah, that razor leg chick was scary.
Oh yeah, Gazelle.
Yeah, that was her name.
Yeah, no, I know that name because it's fucking Gazelle. I mean, how can you not know that? I mean, look at those legs and then the Gazelle. It's like, that makes sense.
I called her Razor Legs because I couldn't remember her name.
Oh, I remembered. that Mike Tyson mixed with Tweety Bird voice coming from Samuel L. Jackson. Gazelle, do something about it.
Anyways, we can move on from this point.
The second Kingsman trailer came out. Yay.
Yay.
The actual full trailer, and it looks great. Elton John's going to be in it?
That's what it said on IMDb.
Yeah, and in the trailer, too.
That's right, he was in the trailer. I watched it once. I haven't watched it multiple times.
I didn't see him in the trailer. His name was in it.
Okay.
Channing Tatum's in it. Julianne Moore. Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges with no beard.
Yeah, that's
with a big ass mustache, though, isn't it?
Yeah, because him and Channing Tatum were like cowboys or something.
I don't know, but Jeff Bridges looks really weird without his beard. I'm so used to it.
Yeah, but he's Jeff Bridges. He's always awesome. It doesn't matter what he is.
He's the dude. That's all that matters.
And then what else? And Colin Firth. Spoiler.
Yeah, I think they should have saved that. I honestly think
everyone knew it.
I
They've been spoiling that forever. Like,
I know that everybody knew it, but they should have left it for when you're actually in the movie. I have such a problem with trailers spoiling things. Like, I kind of feel that way with the new Spider-Man trailer, where Tony takes the suit away, and I was just like, well, why didn't you leave that for the movie?
Yeah, I mean, it was last year when they were saying like, "Did you see the body? Did anyone see the body?" It's like, I didn't think that was going to be a thing.
That's comic book logic. If you don't see the body, then they're still alive.
I mean, that's soap opera logic too.
Also true.
I mean, technically, it is based on a comic book. Not really, because they did the movie and then they did the comic book. So, And I was a little sad to
before
say.
the movie.
Well, I mean, they probably published the comic book before, but they came up with the idea as the movie first, and then Mark Millar wrote the comic book for it. Probably after they did the screenplay. But I'm a little sad that Mark Millar is not writing Kingsman 2, and it's making me a little worried. Because last time with Kick-Ass 2, Matthew Vaughn left, but Mark Millar stayed, and that movie was shit.
Dude, Kingsman came out as the Secret Service in April 2012. As the comic.
Oh, did? Well, I heard that wrong. Wait, no. They came out.
Face.
No. Hold on. No. They came out with the idea for it while they were making Kick-Ass, which was in 09.
Gotcha. That makes sense then.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I heard anyway.
I'm tracking. That seems more reasonable now.
Yeah, I'm not saying they were like came out with that's what I meant.
When does Kingsman 2 come out, anyways?
This year, I think. I forget the exact date.
I'm looking up the release date on the.
Is it this year?
September 2017.
Yes. But I'm still a little worried because Mark Millar's not writing it. Oh,
this
it hurts.
This year is goddamn chock full of
That's
superhero
every year.
movies.
Hey, and don't forget Wonder Woman comes out in a month.
What? No, it doesn't.
Right? Like that's
I don't believe it.
The fact that somebody posted that article and I went, "What? That movie's coming out soon?" Like I thought it was like at the end of the year or next year. Shit.
Wait.
Well, yeah. I mean, the fact that there's more stuff out for the league, more posters, more, just publicity for what is not the next movie for DC is just dumb. Because, Marvel released the stuff, the trailer for Thor. Everybody lost their shit. And then Marvel doubled down and went, okay, now here's the marketing blitz for Guardians. You're not going to be able to look anywhere. You're not going to be able to go to the grocery store. You're not going to be able to go to the fucking gas station without seeing a baby Groot and a rocket on everything.
Actually, that could be part of what DC's doing is waiting until Guardians is out and then starting the marketing blitz because people are stoked for Guardians.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Chris. That's a good idea.
Yeah, if after next weekend, if that following Monday, the marketing blitz starts for Wonder Woman, then they made a smart move. But if it stays where it's at, yeah, they're just letting the movie die.
Or I'm also thinking they're probably putting in all their eggs into the Justice League not trailer, but the Justice League movie. I mean, because that's going to probably, if anything, that's going to blow whatever Wonder Woman does probably away.
Well,
because it's everybody.
They have the option to do it with Wonder Woman. That's the thing that's frustrating because there is a calling for a Wonder Woman movie. There is a calling for a good Wonder Woman movie. I don't know if this is going to be your good Wonder Woman movie, but I mean,
they had their chance a long time ago when Joss Whedon wanted to do it, and they said, no, get the hell out of here.
Well, now they got Joss Whedon for something else.
Yeah,
I still want to know the name of the executive that didn't want Joss Whedon on the Wonder Woman movie. I don't know if anybody's been fired so hard in the history of the world as that guy.
I like what Draftsman said here. Baby Groot needs to star in the marketing blitz for Wonder Woman. They can use the help of that cute sentient plant.
There you go. Baby Groot with the shield and the sword and the gauntlets. He could rock that look.
I don't know why
the bra, the Wonder Woman bra thing.
I don't know what we were Googling Vin Diesel for last night after the movie. But,
why would you not?
I mean, there was a reason, but apparently
because he's Vin Diesel.
You don't need a reason.
So he has come out to say he wants two Groot movies. Just Groot.
Just Groot.
Just Groot.
I would like to get paid to write that script, please. Because
wait,
I am Groot.
Okay, I got you guys. Okay, Google.
Sailor
Sexy
Poland.
Vin Diesel. It says there is no such thing as non-sexy Vin Diesel, so I'm just searching for Vin Diesel.
See, you did it wrong. What you should have done is Google search laser cut ham and cheese sandwich of Vin Diesel. Because it's real, and you should watch it.
What?
No, what? I hear words. They don't go together in my brain.
That's a YouTube video that I highly recommend you check out.
It's anything like when he was reviewing the Street Shark toys?
No, they made a sandwich of Vin Diesel out of ham and cheese, and they laser cut this sandwich. It's great.
What?
Just watch it. Anyways, Sailor Poland says, last I heard, Wonder Woman is tracking for 80 million opening weekend. Whether that's good or bad, I can't say. That's not very good for DC.
That's not great, but with a female lead, a female director, and no marketing, that would be a great opening weekend.
Yeah. I almost want to go. Like, I don't have much interest in seeing the Wonder Woman movie because I don't like DC movies, but I kind of want to go just so that I could say I went on, and maybe get that number up.
Yeah, this is the one I'm not going to give them. I'm not giving them theater money, and I feel bad for it because I think Patty Jenkins made what looks like to be a good movie. And yeah, I feel a little bad that I'm not giving them theater money for this one.
So, assuming I'm reading Box Office Mojo correctly, opening weekend for Suicide Squad was 133 million.
Damn.
Assuming I'm reading Box Office Mojo's site correctly on that. So,
I mean, do you got eyes? Are you reading the words right?
I'm not sure whether it's foreign or domestic or both combined.
Okay, that makes
that's more
sense.
what I'm meaning. I
mean,
I think that was their domestic opening.
I think so too.
That's the thing, though, right? Is like that was with all of their everybody went into Suicide Squad knowing it wasn't going to be a good movie too, because like I think that one was one where they didn't let reviewers see it before.
Yeah.
Was that one of them?
Yeah, they delayed the reviews until like the day before. They weren't allowed to say anything.
Opening for Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice was 166 million for opening weekend. So
they're giving them half for Wonder Woman.
Well, I mean, it makes sense right now with the marketing lack thereof for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's tracking for 80, then yeah, it's actually not tracking too bad. By comparison of the marketing blitz, there was I would guess 300 to 400 million was spent marketing Batman v Superman.
Okay, so here's a comparison point. Guardians of the Galaxy 1, opening weekend, $94 million. So It was a new franchise, a little different than what people were ready for at that point in time. 94.
And a team stacked with all characters that were never members of the Guardians.
Yep.
If you were an actual fan of the comic books.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, the original Guardians team, the only one that was a member was Yondu, and he was a good guy. And he had a bow and arrow, and he had the giant fin all the time.
Yep.
I was going to say, I'm glad that they gave him the giant fin for this movie.
Yeah, the upgraded Yondu looks really cool.
Yeah.
Another comparison point real quick. Logan pulled 88 million for opening weekend. So 80 is probably not terrible, but you're not getting into that super box office level you're expecting with some of the bigger stuff out there.
Well, this could be the super thing. It could be a super box office if they're planning on doing the marketing blitz right after Guardians and they do it correctly, they could get that super movie status.
Yeah,
exactly. And if they stop putting Chris Pine as the top bill, I'm just saying.
See. Because Guardians, we got Guardians May 5th, Wonder Woman June 2nd. In between, we've got Alien Covenant and Pirates. So
I've seen more for Alien Covenant. Jesus.
Yeah, but I mean, so Disney's going to be marketing Pirates probably pretty heavily right after Guardians. But yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense if Warner Brothers, if they only have a select amount of money that they really want to spend on Wonder Woman, it would kind of make sense to do it post Guardians because they know Disney and Marvel are going to flood the market with everything. You can't turn anywhere and not see Baby Groot. Like he's everywhere. I got a stack of Guardian stuff right here. I'm wearing my new Volume 2 shirt. Like, it's Guardians all day, every day.
When's it come out again?
It might be a smart move. May 5th. Next Friday.
Oh, this coming Friday?
Yeah. I already got the day out from work, motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I think I get off early, though.
We are within the 7-day window. It is Guardians Volume 2 week.
Like, because when we first saw Guardians Volume 1, it was my birthday weekend, and we were up in Michigan, and we went to this amazing theater that they don't have out here in Chicago, so we were talking about maybe driving up to the amazing theater to see Guardians Volume 2. But next week is also Free Comic Book Day, and I will be at Top Shelf Comics in Berwyn. Just saying. You can come and visit me. I'll be podcasting from there. I'll be doing interviews.
Yeah, I'm sad. All of our Hastings closed, so now our only option is to go and wait in the giant line at the comic book store.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm going to have to miss it because I have to work.
I have to go to a wedding, so I will also be missing it. Someone's at the door.
Hello.
Hang on. Sorry, guys. Be right back.
Hello.
I'm not sure if it's going to be worth getting up and being at the comic book store at 8:30 to open at 9 to get Secret Empire, Free Comic Book Day, and what's the other one I would need?
Well, based off of your like of Secret Empire, you're going to want to see Secret Empire #0 because it all leaked out what happens in Secret Empire #0, and people are cranky about it, and I will not talk about it now for respect of.
Well, no, because I have 0, but isn't Free Comic Book Day different?
Yes, there is a big reveal in the Free Comic Book Day one.
Because I have 0, and actually I have another copy over here that I'll see in a minute. Oh, no, it's I Hate Image. Scotty Young's I Hate Fairyland is taking a month off because the Free Comic Book Day from Image this year is I Hate Image. And the cover is Gertrude having slain all the like Image standards. So it's like her standing on a pile of like Spawn and Wildcats and all those characters. Well, maybe not Wildcats because they're DC now. But yeah, it's the cover on Scotty Young's Instagram was awesome because it's Gertrude standing on top of all the dead Image characters that she killed. Which that book's still goddamn hilarious. If anybody's not reading that, that is the best funny book that comes out every month. And he's been real consistent on the delivery of it too. I don't think there's been a month that I Hate Fairyland hasn't shipped.
I don't know much about that one though. But Willie, I'm sorry, we were going to your news and we got distracted.
Oh, you're good.
So what'd you have for us, sir?
Oh, we're going to mine right now? Okay, that was a bad segue, Chris. You're usually great at them. Jesus.
I'm pretty sure he said we're going to your news. How is that a bad segue? Wake up, Willie. Wake
I
up.
wasn't listening to him. Jesus.
Well, that's your fault. That's not on Chris.
I'll take the hit for it. I should have been more entertaining so Willie would pay attention. That's my
Exactly.
bad.
I'm the center of the universe.
Bad.
You have to agree. You have
when
to
did you say that
to me?
30 seconds ago. I was thinking about something else.
My news of the week is also dealing with Guardians of the Galaxy because the video game from Telltale has come out. Simple review. It's a Telltale game, so you know they do their story right. It feels like Guardians of the Galaxy. I will tell you that right now. The writers get what the writers of the movie were doing. They fully get that. And I'm going to spoil the shit out of the first 2 chapters out of episode 1.
Well, that's
you ready for this. Fuck you. I do what I want. So it starts out with Star-Lord just hanging out in his little room inside the Milano. And all of a sudden he gets a distress call from the Nova Corps saying, Thanos is attacking. We need you to come help. And then you have a couple different choices to do. And I'd be like, and I said, what's in it for me? And then, so pretty much go quicker. You decide to go help. And then let's fast forward. You crash land on some ruins where Thanos is trying to get something. We don't know why he's there yet. You have to do some puzzles to get inside where Thanos is, and then the action starts. And it's a big old battle with Thanos with quick time events galore. And let's just say Rocket makes a big ass gun that kills Thanos.
What?
I don't believe it.
And so you actually, when he's dead, Rocket's over there kicking his dead body, and then you have a choice to either kick Thanos' dead body or not. Because Gamora's like, stop it, Rocket. I chose that Star-Lord to kick his bodies too.
I am shocked.
And appalled.
But apparently what he was after was the... What was it again? The Eternity Forge. I have no idea what the hell that is. Bachman, can you fill me in on that?
I'm just going to guess that that's where you can forge Infinity Stones.
Okay, that makes sense. I said no. It's spelled. Oh, sorry, Eternity Forge. Sorry, Eternity. I got that wrong.
Oh, wait, maybe that was the thing. There was a Thor story where they found something that a bunch of gods had made weapons at. Maybe it's where like Mjolnir was forged.
It's a little tiny thing. It was not tiny. It's about this big. And then after you do that, you have the decision about who to deliver Thanos' body to. You can either choose the Collector or give it to the Nova Corps. You're gonna get a shit ton more money with the Collector, as Rocket says, and he really wants to do it. Or you can give it to Nova Corps, which Gamora is pulling for.
The correct answer would be a garbage disposal. Chop it up, put it down the garbage disposal.
No, if you can get some money for it. I mean...
No, because Thanos will then come back and kill you, because he's Thanos.
Well, I mean, you get some money for it. Either way, I mean, because you got a reward from the Nova Corps.
Can't spend it if you're dead.
But anyway, when they first come back, of course, it's the shape of the Eternity Forge is kind of like hourglass, a square, like pyramid, like two pyramids, pretty much on top of each other, and they're like hollow on the insides. And so pretty much Star-Lord's over there taking shots out of it. So that's like that's a little spoiler for the part 1, part 2, and a little bit of part 3 because he's doing the shot thing out of it. And yeah, it's very well. They get the music right in it too. Of course, it's different music, but there's similar style of music, and they are licensed.
Oops.
That's cool.
So it's all good.
And it's only the first 2 chapters that are out so far?
No. Just the first part, which is made up of 6 chapters. Episode 1 is made of 6 chapters.
Willie, my Google
How's
Foo
that?
says that apparently that's something that they made up for the game. It doesn't appear to be something that was previous in Marvel history.
Okay. Oh, well, I mean, it sounded like something that could have already been there,
Yeah,
you know?
this looks like it was something new. An addition to the story.
But if you have an option, play the game. You will enjoy it. Or I also don't see any problem with waiting until all, I think either it's 5 or 6 episodes are out. Wait till then. Either way.
That's probably what I'm going to do is wait for the entire thing to be out and then pick up the season pass on Steam sale.
Yeah, probably doable. I mean, because I think I already bought the season pass already, so because I really wanted to play it anyway. I was like, yeah, the trailer got me. And and plus I already know that each episode takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours to play straight through because I don't like cutting those down. I want to play straight through an episode in one go. And so I know if I get them all there, I'm going to be like, I'll probably play an episode and a half, and I'll be like, man, I really don't want to play anymore. I want to take a break. But I'm in the middle of this fucking episode, and it's going to be another 45 minutes before I'm actually done. And
So I have a hard time with any of the Telltale games from stopping in the middle of a chapter or whatnot. So generally when I'm playing one of those, like when I did Batman, I made sure I had about an hour and a half to 2 hours just carved out so I could sit there and play and not have to move.
And I do want to say this too. Since I've said a lot of pros, here's a con. They do not fix the frame rate stutters a lot, like I just stuttered. Stutters a shit ton. Just like any other Telltale game. It's just like all that. They really need to upgrade that. And it's been years. Even back on the PS3 days, they had the same thing happen. Like, figure this shit out, guys. Figure this shit out. It's time.
Well, so I'll be checking it out. Are you playing it on PS4, I take it?
That is correct, sir.
I wasn't sure whether you were playing it on a PC or if you were just waiting for it to come out on the Nintendo Switch you're going to buy.
Oh, you mean this? Is it out on the Switch?
I don't think it is, actually.
No,
I was just trying
I don't think does Telltale go to Switch or Nintendo?
Do they even go to? I don't think they do at all.
Well, they might. Who knows?
I mean, because Nintendo doesn't really do digital games well.
They do
I mean,
now. The question is how easy is it to develop for the Switch when it was compared to like the Wii U and things like that? Now, since it's basically an Android tablet, and they put these out on Android and iOS and things like that, it might be more feasible for them to start looking at putting them on the Switch going forward. So my attempt to troll you actually had a kernel of hoped for truth in it.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah. So in the chat room, Lily Futaku says, I want a Star Trek Telltale game. And I was like, oh, that'd be a great idea. Which crew? And he goes, next gen. That way I could tell Deanna she's fucking useless.
Aww. Nice. I still haven't finished the Walking Dead Telltale game. I'm so far behind on my video games, it's ridiculous.
If I cared about The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I mean, that game actually makes you care about The Walking Dead. It's terrible.
The only Telltale game I think I fully played through was the Game of Thrones one.
I haven't finished Tales of the Borderland. I've got 1 episode left, I think.
Well, it's going to be free this coming Tuesday for PS Plus members.
Yeah, I don't have PS Plus anymore.
Oh, that's all right. Well, if you get it anytime next month before the next month, you can always get it.
Well, I mean, I own it on like 2 different systems right now, but
don't tell me Xbox and PC.
Yeah. So
why?
Because
Naki likes buying all things Borderlands as many times as she can.
Which
did
I
you
have
personally buy both of them, or did someone else buy one of them for you?
I bought the first one on Xbox, and then the other one came in a package. But I did.
Okay, that's understandable. That makes sense. That's okay.
But if we're being honest here, when I moved, I discovered that I have 3 copies of the first Borderlands, 2 copies of the second Borderlands, Borderlands the pre-sequel, just 1 copy of, on Xbox 360. And then on top of that, I did buy Borderlands the Handsome Collection for the PS4, and I have all these same copies on PC.
So what you're saying is you have a problem and you can stop it any day you want.
Exactly. Yes.
Liar.
No, she can't. She cannot stop. You're lying.
I think she can do it. I have faith in you, Naki, that you can stop this cycle of Borderlands. If you
I only have 1 pop figure from Borderlands. I only have Handsome Jack.
Well, let's test this theory out. Let's see how big of a Borderlands fan you are. Did you see the Borderlands 3 tech demo?
I did.
Okay. It was boring as shit, but I mean.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't anything yet, but I mean.
It was showing like what their it's the same word for I couldn't think of Guardians of the Galaxy game. What the fuck is the damn word? The game engine. That's what it is. The game engine. They're just showing off the game engine. And yeah, Telltale, fix your damn game engine so it doesn't fucking stutter. Like my brain.
Anyways.
Stuttering Willie.
All right, so let's wrap up the news. What do you got for us, Bachman?
Simple and easy. Those that are aware, Mike Norton and Tim Seeley did the world's first rural noir. They did a noir story set in a little Wisconsin town called Wausau, where one day everybody that died came back to life and didn't die.
Good series too.
And were called revivers. And so the whole story was dealing with this town that ends up being quarantined, and they send in the CDC and the FBI, and all these people are trying to figure out why it is that these people didn't die and now refuse to die. They basically have like a slow motion, Deadpool, Wolverine healing factor now because they didn't die. You cannot now. You basically can't kill them.
All right, question here. Are they zombies or are they like fully back to life?
Yeah. Just back to life.
They're back to life.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
A little murdery.
Yeah, some of them get a little murdery. It's a fantastic story. The whole thing actually just wrapped up. It's actually, it's got a beginning, middle, and end. They did, the full storyline, which is awesome. The main storyline that you're dealing with, like, there's all sorts of other shit that happens, but the main storyline of the main character is a college girl that gets murdered, and the police chief is her dad, and her sister is one of the police that's looking into her murder, which they find out later on because nobody realized she was murdered because she is one of the revivers and she hid it. And so it's something that gets revealed in the story. It's a fantastic, fantastic book, but they released the trailer for the movie. So they are going to do the live action revival. So yeah, this would be the first, is it the first big thing coming out of Image?
I think so. Well, I mean, other than like is Walking Dead Image? No.
Yeah, Walking Dead is Image, but they haven't done it. But it's a TV show. I think this might be the first movie.
I think so.
Trying to think of, well, I guess Spawn still counts. It's the first recent. Well, I mean, that was a long fucking time ago. But yeah, but it's the first recent, like, brand new property through Image that's getting a movie treatment. But yeah, it looks really good. That says what is it? Production slated to begin in early 2018. So all they have right now is just a teaser trailer, but it's a awesome trailer. But yeah, it looks really good. So yeah, go on Bleeding Cool. Go watch the trailer for Revival. It's a fantastic story. I'm excited to see that. It's gonna be good.
Drasman says The Walking Dead, Spawn, and Invincible, but Revival is nice and recent. How did you not mention Invincible there, Bachman? Come on.
Because it's not out yet. They just announced they're doing it. That doesn't mean in Hollywood that actually sadly doesn't even mean it's going to happen.
Yep.
I hope it does. Believe me, I hope Seth Rogen gives us the best goddamn superhero movie ever.
They need your positive take on things to ensure that it happens.
Oh, believe me, yeah. I'm part of an Invincible fan group on Facebook, and the fan casting for the last month has been insane. There's so many awesome characters that need to be cast for that movie. Oh, God, I hope Invincible's good.
Well, while
I hope
Anthony
it's
is
good.
dreaming about the future for the Invincible movie, it's that moment of the show where we like to remind folks that the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast is, in fact, part of a network of podcasts that you can find over at GonnaGeekNetwork.com. We've got 19 different podcasts, I think, that are part of the network. There's more that are applying all the time, so expect that number to grow. But each week we try to highlight one specific show, and I have to ask, Mr. Willie D. Nelson, what show are we
That's
talking
me.
about this week?
This week we are talking about Doom Ninja Podcast, episode 38, The Farting Daughter. This week, the fellows talk about China, changing the way loot boxes are displayed, and large updates to N++, I hope that's how it's pronounced, and Heroes of the Storm. They also give their views on 2D side-scrolling city builder, Kingdom. It's all rounded out with studio updates. Back to you, Chris.
Thank you.
First, I would like to.
You can't go back to you, but first.
That's not how back to you works.
It's my rules, god damn it.
No, it's not. Go ahead, Chris.
So
Yeah,
we'll
go
go
ahead,
back
Chris.
to
I'm
me
just
in
gonna
a
shut the
second,
fuck
but let's
up.
let Willie do his segment.
No, I forgot all about that. China's changing that shit about loot boxes and stuff coming in, like in video games. You have to show exactly what the spawn rate is of certain like legendary items and whatnot. Ooh.
That's actually kind of
Oh,
cool.
and Diva's getting a new skin if you
Yeah,
play
she is.
Heroes of the Storm, man. It looks damn good.
Damn good, he says. So, guys, if you get a second, head on over to GonnaGeekNetwork.com. Check out Doom Ninja Podcast and all the other shows that we have on the network. We're trying to have stuff for whatever your tastes are over at GonnaGeekNetwork.com. And as I say that, it's time for us to start wrapping things up. We've hit our 1 hour mark. So we'll wrap things up real quickly with our traditional bit. It's a segment called What I'm Into. It's our chance to share with you guys who are watching or listening live or watching or listening at a later date just what kind of geeky and nerdy things we've been getting into so that maybe we can kind of convince you to try them out yourself. So, Willie, I'm going to go to you first. What have you been getting into, sir?
All right, what I've been getting into. I took a week off from the Overwatch Wrestling League because it's going to be the first pay-per-view part where I actually made the map-specific arena. This one is going to be the Ilios pay-per-view. I'm very proud of this. The way I made everything look, it's good. And so big things are happening. I know all you guys are watching and waiting for it, right? All 5 viewers from last week.
So where do we go to get to the Overwatch Wrestling League, Willie? What's the web link?
That'd be youtube.com/SouthPorky, I believe, or /users/SouthPorky. Just search South Porky. That's my name.
You'll find the Overwatch Wrestling League that way. I'm going to go next. Like I said last week.
Back to you, Chris.
Like I said last week, I have finished up Mass Effect Andromeda, 89% completion with 60 hours in, so I decided I would take a break. And by taking a break, I fired up my Nintendo Switch again and went back to Zelda, which I had 40 hours in before I did that. So I think I've just traded one crack for another.
Have you defeated Ganon yet?
No, I've only done one of the Divine Beasts. Zelda I get just lost in and go explore.
It is really pretty, to be fair.
Yeah, and it's nice that I can just pick it up and sit on the couch and play when there's something on TV that I don't care as much about.
Yeah, that's what boyfriend does.
I am also continuing my experiment of watching Doctor Who. I started with this new season because everyone said it's a jumping on point. I'm still not committed to hanging around. I'll keep watching for like the first 4 or 5 episodes.
I still don't like Peter Capaldi as the Doctor. I recommend starting in with Christopher Eccleston.
That's what everyone said, but this is my social experiment because everyone, especially the showrunners, like, this is a great jumping on point. I was like, okay, let's find out if it is. And right now I'm
started with Capaldi.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I mean, it's also Stephen Moffat who's writing it, and he's terrible. So
I still love.
He's not terrible. He just hates women, right, Naki?
Yeah. So it's only a little terrible. Peter Capaldi, and Suncast says this, Peter Capaldi is a great actor, but not as the Doctor, and I completely agree. He is a very good actor. There's a show that he's on that I'm blanking on the name, that he plays just a fantastic businessman, and he's a great actor, and he was great as in the Doctor Who episode that he was in prior with David Tennant, but he's just not a doctor to me. Anyways, sorry, Chris, didn't mean to take over.
Oh no, you're good. I mean,
back
it's all
to you, Chris.
Son of a bitch. Son of a one last thing, rather, as I'm all tongue twisted and flustered on this one, is they were doing. I saw a deal to try Amazon's version of Google Play Music or iTunes Music, things like that. Amazon's Music Unlimited, where if you signed up, you got 1 month free and then a $10 credit. So basically, I'm giving it a try for 2 months to see if I like it without it costing me a dime. What I do
Don't
like
you-
is
Don't you get it with Amazon Prime?
I was gonna say,
no. There's Music Unlimited and then there's Prime Music. There's 2 tiers to it. Yeah. So I had music. I had the Prime Music because I'm a Prime subscriber. This is the Music Unlimited, which opens up the rest of their catalog on there. And so far, it's been kind of cool. What I like is I have around my house various Amazon Voice Services products because if I say the wrong word, it'll trigger. You can tell it to be like,
Alexa,
hey, a word, because I'm not actually going to say it. Play Bare Naked Ladies songs from the 90s. And then it's smart enough to go, okay, I'm only going to play Bare Naked Ladies songs from the 90s or something like that. So it's kind of cool in that regard to be able to just walk and be like, hey, play Disturbed songs from the early 2000s.
Yeah!
Like that.
The year 2017, when even machines get triggered.
Literally, they're getting triggered in this case. But
hey, man, I'm from Chicago, where Disturbed is from. We hear them all the time.
Yeah, I like me some Disturbed. So that's the other thing I got into is I'm giving Amazon's Music Unlimited a 2-month trial, basically, because it cost me nothing to do so.
Yeah, just go back to Spotify. It's always better anyway.
I like the Amazon one because, like, on your phone, all the lyrics are installed in every song that you're listening to. So you can always just scroll up and see lyrics if you don't know them.
That's how I learned the lyrics.
It plays real nicely with their product. I mean, go figure, plays real nice with their products. It'll work on a Fire TV. It'll work on their Amazon Voice Services products that I have scattered throughout my house because, again, I desperately do not want to accidentally trigger it because I forgot to hit the mute button before I started the show.
Ooh. You're on headphones.
I'm on headphones. It's not going to work.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking the same thing, but I was like, no, he's in headphones.
I'm on headphones, so you guys can
It's
scream.
like Mitchell Pitlick. It's all about trying to get Chris to say the word Alexa.
I'm not going to say Alex.
And it worked. Triggered.
It did not work. I actually just checked to see if it would do it.
Damn it.
And I mean,
It's close enough.
You can also set it for other words. You can also set it for like Echo. You can set it for computer, and you can set it for Amazon as well. Those are all trigger words as well. The computer one I think is hilarious because it feels like Star Trek, but then you don't realize how often you say the word computer in your house.
I like the idea of making it computer.
Yeah, but that's what I've been getting into. Bachman, what you been getting into, sir?
All right, try to get through these quick. All the money came through on the Kickstarter. Yay! So of the 40 backers now, every payment has been processed. So we're within the 14-day window. And I have gotten responses from all 3 of my Emperor Palpatine sketch levels. So the plan is to have those 3 sketches done and in the book by the time the money goes through, because it's about a 14-day process for a Kickstarter to process all the payments, pay Amazon, pay Kickstarter, and then they'll deposit the money into my account. If I can line everything up in time, I will have all the sketches done, the full finished book layout ready to go, so that the day that money goes in, hopefully I'll be able to contact the printer and have files ready to send to them. That is the goal at this moment. So yeah, the rest of today will be spent sketching and watching movies. What, Willie?
I do like your questionnaire at the end. Like, what's your favorite Star Wars character? Doesn't have to deal with the character you want drawn.
Well,
Did you like my response?
I haven't looked at it yet, but that's because I'm giving away 30 Star Wars sketches. So you might get a sketch that has nothing to do with the character that you want.
Watto.
I'll draw you a Watto. You goofy bastard.
It looks like what's up with that?
I'm also still crushing it on our movie league, though apparently there's no love for Rosario Dawson this weekend. Unforgettable. Was it Unforgettable? Yeah, it's not doing as good as I thought it would.
The title doesn't work. I already forgot it.
Yeah, it's her fighting the tall blonde white chick. But I don't know.
I don't remember this at all.
Since I don't have enough fantasy leagues, I also joined the Mixed Marvel Arts Fantasy League. It's a fantasy comic league where you get points for picking drafting superheroes. And we had our first draft this weekend, which went pretty well. I got 2 out of the 3 Marvel Cinematic Chris's. I got Steve Rogers for the upcoming month, which I think is going to do pretty good on the fantasy league because of Secret Empire. So yeah, that looks like it's going to be fun. Then the bad part of the Invincible movie being launched is that everybody with an Invincible #1 has it on eBay, and that book usually goes between $100 and $300 depending on the how nice of a shape it's in. And right now you're seeing them on there, CGC slab 9.8s, and people are asking anywhere from $800 to $2,000, which is insane. And sadly, I don't still own the full run of Invincible, which sucks. But the upside is that everybody's trying to sell all the other early issues of Invincible. So I have currently bought, and I have a Invincible 21 through current. So I didn't have the first 20 issues. I've already bought a 14, a 17, a 20, and a 15, and I currently have bids in on 2 through 18. So I have a bid in on every single issue of Invincible except for #1 right now. So I might get the full run of Invincible other than #1, and that'll be one, to actually look for at comic book conventions and stuff. But yeah, I'll be buying that fucker after the movie comes out and the prices go back down, because they are fucking insane right now.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. And then, I got my box.
Sure.
The new box, of course, because Marvel has good timing, and unlike DC, they like to advertise stuff they're doing. So the new collector's box is all about the Groot. It's all about Guardians Volume 2. I got my Guardians Volume 2 shirt on. Got the sweet. The only thing better than Secret Empire is Secret Empire with Rocket and Baby Groot dancing on the cover.
That's pretty slick.
And then the exclusive pop figure where you have Rocket dual guns with Baby Groot on his back. Because, you got to flip around the first movie.
Hey,
so you got Groot riding on Rocket.
When did Rocket become a movie villain?
He's in the collector's thing. I don't get to choose what comes in those.
Point. Well, you got to sell it then.
Yeah, you got to sell it. I'll give you $5.
It's not a movie villain. You have to.
$5. I do not.
You have to sell all of your non-movie villains.
It goes to the wall, and you will do what the wall says. The wall is in charge.
I will go kick the wall.
Christ.
The wall
I would die if that was to fall. I would die.
And then this one was super sweet. I didn't have any Dorbs rides yet, but I have one now, because now they have Star-Lord in the Milano as a Dorbs ride.
Oh, he's so cute.
So he's got his little spaceship and his giant round head. It is fantastic.
Hey, I didn't know Rocket was a Pink Floyd fan, because now he's going to be another brick in the wall.
Hey-o!
Are you proud of yourself?
Very much so, aka you goddamn right.
I don't doubt. Oh, and I watched Split. That was I couldn't sleep last night. I woke up drowsy with a headache because I couldn't sleep. But yeah, I watched Split last night, and I've talked a lot of shit about M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong. Like, he did a movie called The Happening where nothing happened. Like, dude has been a letdown. But I think single-handedly that movie might have just saved his career, because god damn, it's good.
Don't spoil it. I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, no spoilers, but I think James McAvoy, who plays the main character, who most people would know as young Professor Xavier, I think he might have single-handedly saved M. Night Shyamalan's career. He plays a split personality character with 23 personalities, and you believe him. You believe him as an actor, as each individual personality. It is a fantastically well done film. It's the best thing Shyamalan's done since Unbreakable.
And how did the Stinger? How'd that do you?
I liked it. It wasn't like everyone was talking about wait till the end of the credits. It's before the credits roll.
Well, I mean, it's a
like,
semi-Stinger.
Yeah, but it's not even Stinger. It's literally the last scene. I dig it. It makes sense. Like,
that is going to be his next movie.
Which it makes sense.
That should have been my it should have been my fucking news of the week. It should have been that.
I will flat out, if people have hated M. Night Shyamalan, for the last 20 years because of some of the bad movies he's done, give Split a chance. It is worth watching. It is a unbelievably fantastic film. Well written, well acted, well directed. And though sadly, of course, fucking Shyamalan Ding Dong has to show up in a scene because he can't make a movie without him in it. And he's unnecessary again, like usual. But
he is our generation's Alfred Hitchcock. Just give him that.
No, I will not give him that. Not even a little bit.
You know that's
Yeah.
what he's thinking in his head.
Split is a fantastic movie. It is worth seeing if you can get a copy of it, or wait for it to show up on Netflix or something. But it's worth watching.
Willie, I'm just aghast by that. Just aghast.
You're welcome.
Willie's full of gas.
I hate that word.
Fart.
God damn you.
Fart. It's time to wrap the farting show.
Naki just
Before
yelled,
we
"Fart!"
do that, before I say back to you, Chris, again, I do have to say I hate that word.
Back to you, Chris.
But this always gets me when someone does like when someone's making fun of someone that they just said, they go, "Oh yeah, that's great," and they go, I don't know why that's always funny to me.
That's just terrible.
Raspberries?
Yeah, they do that sound effect afterwards, like, "Oh yeah, it's great." Oh wait, no, no, it's not.
Oh,
Well,
that's
guys.
just wonderful, Willie.
A thank you to everyone who joined us for episode
Back to you, Chris.
258 of this podcast, entitled "Back to You, Chris," because that seems to be how the show is ending at the end of things.
The Back to You, Chris Fartcast.
God damn it, no. Leave
This
that
is some
part
real
out.
highbrow entertainment we got here going here, guys.
Damn right.
Real highbrow. As we wrap things up, I did want to remind folks you can find us every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern over on Geeks.live and DiamondClub.tv, where we stream live to the internet as part of our ongoing quest to be consumed every Sunday morning. You can find us over at GonnaGeek.com, ATGNpodcast.com, or just Google All Things Good and Nerdy if you want to find us or the 257 other shows that make up our back catalog. I think almost all of them are on YouTube even. I think we're only missing like 2 on YouTube.
Probably our first 2, which were terrible, so it's fine.
Yeah, they're on there, I think.
They
I don't
weren't great.
know. Yeah, we know. We were like, let's just start a podcast. This will be easy. No.
Mistakes were made.
If I was going to be starting a podcast again, there's a lot of things I've learned that I would do differently than the first, 55 some odd episodes of this podcast is 258 episodes long. I'm just saying.
Is it only me and Michelle are the only humans that punish ourselves enough to listen to all of them?
Yes. Probably.
Oh, speaking of, I'm only 30 episodes away from finishing off the Nerdist. The 900 episodes of the fucking Nerdist.
Oh, goodness.
I can't believe I've listened to that entire show.
Well,
Can't
guys,
believe we did either.
we're going to start getting out of here. Any final thoughts as we start playing things off? Anyone? Anything?
Fart.
Baby Groot!
I'm going to let you finish here in a second, though, but back to you, Chris, first.
God damn it. Bye, guys. Thanks for listening to this brand new episode of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. Don't forget, we'll be back next Sunday live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central over at live.atgnpodcast.com, channel 3 of the Alpha Geek radio app, and over at our network home at GonnaGeek.com/live. If you have any feedback for the show, please contact us atgnpodcast@GonnaGeek.com, on our hotline number at 304-806-ATGN, or even better, go to Twitter and send us a message at ATGN Podcast. The music you've heard in this show is produced by Kevin MacLeod and can be found at Incompetech.com.